Computer cannot detect printer.
You can't detect the printer. The printer is right there. I can detect the printer. Why can't you detect the printer?
Computer cannot detect the printer. Make sure hardware is turned on and try again.
It's turned on. You talking a can of spam. God, it is turned on. You see the light? Right there? It is turned on.
Computer cannot detect printer. Are you sure software programs have been properly installed?
The printer was working fine yesterday. You could detect the printer then. The software program was properly installed yesterday. Did you do something to it?
Computer cannot detect printer.
Why am I arguing with the computer? Having a little trouble? Maybe
No,
I can help.
Jane.
No,
Jane,
it's happening.
honestly,
It's
it's
fine.
fine.
I just I really.
Time.
No, please, Jane. I
Jane.
remember. You just have to.
Honestly, Jane,
This
document on
I know you're trying to help
Oh,
Jane, but
do you remember
that
what happened last
was
time?
connected with the.
Document has been lost. Do you wish to proceed?
Actually, it isn't irretrievably lost. There's always a backup file. You just have to know how to access it.
Irretrievable error. Document has been
Don't
lost.
talk to me like that. I know your tricks. Here it is.
Thanks, Phil. That was a very important document.
Just doing my job.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome.
What I really love is being out in nature. You know, sneaking up on a big bull elk. Just breathing in all that fresh air. Just really hearing the sounds in nature.
Which nature?
Which nature?
Yes, which nature?
Well, I hadn't gone to the bathroom in a long time, poop. And I had to push really hard to get it out, and I did not want to go through that again. So I went to the opposite extreme, and I drank lots of water and ate 6 oranges, and woo! That really did the trick. I was flushed out for good.
I can't believe how dumb some people think kids are. For example, my mother, she always told me to wear shoes to the beach. She said if I didn't, that tapeworms and floor to my feet and form big, huge tapes in my stomach. I mean, can you believe that? How dumb did she think I was?
Actually, that is very true. It's quite a common phenomenon.
You mean people are walking around with great huge tapes in their stomach?
Well, some of them are, and they can go to lengths of 30 or 40 feet.
You think there's more than one nature?
It says right here, the natural physical world is distinct from the constructed and reconstructed images in the mind, almost to the point of non-recognition, although they exist concurrently and simultaneously.
There's only one nature I know about.
That's precisely my point!
You're making a point?
Yes, and my point is that there is the physical world, and then there is the world of our perceptions of that world. Which one is real? I mean, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it make a sound?
And that's not good enough for you either. I mean, you shouldn't let yourself get all plugged up like that. A good BM every day. That is what you need. I mean, don't you feel so much better after a good BM?
Big, huge tapes 30 or 40 feet long.
Yes, they do grow to that size, and they have both male and female reproductive organs.
Both male and female reproductive
Tapeworms are perhaps the most integrated creatures on Earth. Hermaphrodite, in touch with both their masculine and feminine sides.
They're in the Cestode family, and live in the digestive tract of vertebrates, adults, and various other animals as juveniles. Over 1,000 species have been identified.
Well, it falls, and when I go out into the woods, I see that it's fallen. But it fell before I knew anything about it. I mean, you can't go around here at every tree that falls. What a racket.
Of course, our perceptions are more powerful than what actually exists in the physical world. If a tree falls and it does not affect you in any way, does it really exist for you?
Okay, you know what, Leslie? I really don't want to talk about it. I mean, I'm trying to read my book.
Sorry, I bothered you.
I mean, my mother told me that, but I didn't want to believe her. I mean, I didn't think people would have tapeworms in their stomach, and now you're telling me it's true.
Research has proven that almost 10% of the world's population is infected by parasites.
That many people have tapes in their stomach? I need to wear shoes the whole time to the beach. I mean, I could have a tape in my stomach.
Actually, you can tell by a person's weight and eating habits.
Well, it exists when I go out into the woods. I might trip over it or something.
Exactly my point!
You're making a point again.
It isn't until you trip over something that it has done something to you. It has affected you. It has made an impact.
Well, yeah, it's made an impact. Tripping over a tree is bound to make an impact.
Of course. It's the perceptions that are within our minds that are the most powerful, the most real.
No, Leslie, you know what? I'm sorry, okay? I'm your friend, and you can talk to me about whatever you like, whenever you like.
Well, last time I had a diuretic, I had the same result.
Well, I have pretty weird eating habits.
So do I.
Well, then it doesn't matter then, does it? I mean, it can't hurt me. It's not a big deal, right? Having a tapeworm in my stomach, that is.
You've got tape in your stomach.
Well, having a tape in your stomach, I would consider it significant. What do you think?
Actually, Phil, from a philosophical standpoint, everything is significant. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? Something as small as a butterfly flapping its wings can cause massive weather implications in another part of the world. Whether or not you wore shoes to the beach can cause very far-reaching implications.
Wow.
You know, Steve, I don't think I've got any constructs in my brain.
You just might be right.
Okay, you know what? I would like to get back to my book.
Books! Books! Ah, yes! Mankind's greatest invention and most powerful tool is the pen. Books can change the world. H.G. Wells wrote War of the Worlds, but it was Orson Welles who took it to the radio in 1939.
Yes, but George Orwell wrote Animal Farm in 1944 and 1984 and 1949.
Okay, but there's no connection there. You're talking about two different authors.
Well, I can't keep them all straight. John Dos Passos, William Carlos Williams, Johnny Two-Step, things that go bump in the night, people who knock on the door.
I know just what you mean. I mean, did William Tell shoot an apple off his son's head with an arrow, and then wasn't it put to music at some time?
Not specify a discussion.
Well, George Washington chopped down a cherry.
And then some poor boy tried chopping down a cherry tree just to win world fame. Or at least a shot at the White House.
At least he didn't try shooting an apple off someone's head. Boy, it's a hot summer. The short summer of anarchy.
The winter of our discontent.
A Midsummer Night's
Do
Dream.
you know how to get there?
Well, it's just over the
Come on,
river.
what is
and-
everybody
No, that was
saying?
what Congress intended. Well, it's very important to be earnest.
It all started with on the origin of the species.
No, it's more like the birth of tragedy. It's the long goodbye.
Well, ain't that the last hurrah?
I'm sure you're all wondering why I've called you here today.
What's the matter? Would you stop fidgeting?
Well, I read in a magazine that you can use up to 100 calories per hour just by fidgeting, and then another 50 calories per hour just by chewing gum, and I may as well get some use out of this meeting.
We are a company in crisis. Now, I'm sure you're all aware of some of the unfortunate events that have been going on for some time. We've been reinventing the wheel.
That one goes way back.
Things have been going on ad nauseum.
Oh, I think I'm getting sick.
One thing smacking of another.
Yeah.
Overall, minoring in the majors and majoring in the minors.
What did we take our baseball?
And ideas have been couched in other terms.
This function has been delayed or discontinued.
And overall, putting the cart before the horse and the tail wagging the dog. Think I can turn it over to you now.
I've used state-of-the-art design technology, checked and double-checked the parameters, detailed the demographic indicators, and meticulously done follow-up on individual case study. And the proof is overwhelming. We have come to the conclusion that there are stupid people in this company.
I mean, he's right. I know a lot of stupid people.
Look at that pile of documentation. There are stupid people working in this company. I propose we create a screening device to keep them out.
A screening device for stupid people. How in the world are you going to screen for stupid people?
You can do detailed demographic analysis and performance parameters and test for non-homogeneous variance and differential
Oh,
subgroups.
no,
No, we've tried all those things already. Stupidity persists in spite of all those commonly found behavior modifiers.
You can't screen for stupid people.
With computer-assisted statistical data mining, you can screen for anything.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay, you know what? What in a screening device are you going to use to screen out stupid people?
Indicators, performance level outcomes, descriptors, evaluation techniques, progress determiners, same statistical input of board members. There are differential response rates among certain subgroups, and assuming this is the sample, the differences are sufficiently large that they are not easily attributed to random fluctuations.
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Is anybody else hungry?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, a lot of places use a Q test.
No, stupidity is a dimension in and of itself. It's not easily related to intelligence. As a matter of fact, the majority of stupid acts we found were committed by people with MBAs.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Well, I'm going to make a bold new step here. We're all aware of Darwin's On the Origin of the Species, and as we all know, Darwin proved the fact of evolution. And the modus operandi of this is natural selection, survival of the fittest. But in human society, we are reversing this natural process. We have a tendency to protect the weak, the old, the stupid. And that's precisely the reason we're in this situation we find ourselves in today. Warnings on blow dryers. Do not use in the bathtub. If they were electrocuted, we would get them out of the gene pool and we would all be better off for it.
This is carrying things a little further than I thought, but reluctantly I do see your point.
This page requires a secure connection which includes server authentication.
Do you hear yourself talking? Are you listening to what you're saying?
My ears are just fine.
What if we eliminate the wrong ones?
I admit we will have to proceed with extreme caution.
That's right. I'm not sure I can go along with this either. People. A company is made of people.
Exactly my point.
Now you're making a point too!
These are people we can do without.
We are talking about intellectual cleansing, for God's sake!
I just have to go use the little girl's room, so I'll just be back in a flush.
Has anyone else noticed that she spends a disproportionate amount of time in the bathroom?
I think we all look into it. They put cameras in the bathroom sometimes. Those commies. You never know where they're going to turn up.
Check bathrooms for communist cameras.
Well,
These people, they need to be trained. We can plan a
No,
series of
we've been
workshops.
through that already. It's more than just a training issue here. The research demonstrates that stupid people do exist and that they persist regardless of training. The parametric and non-parametric statistical methods refer to inferential properties that conclude something about a population. It's proven right here.
So much better now.
No.
Shall I demonstrate with a little personality quiz? You're walking down a road, and you see a cup in the road. What kind of cup is it?
Co-op Belly Buster 42-ounce soda.
An insulated travel coffee cup.
McDonald's Happy Meal cup.
An earthenware mug.
A fancy cup and a saucer.
What's the road like?
A superhighway.
A busy city street.
The street right outside my house.
A winding mountain trail.
A path through the desert.
You come to a lake with an island in the middle. How do you get to the island?
I walk across the bridge, of course.
I swing over on a rope.
I take the ferry.
I swim.
I walk over on the stepping stones.
Well, the way you describe it is the way you think of life in general. You, Hank, live life to its fullest. No middle of the road stuff for you. For you, it's a world of travel and adventure. For you, it's a happy world and optimistic. To you, very natural and close to the earth. And if you choose a cup and saucer. It reveals that you are ingenuine and characterized by duplicity. The way you describe the road is how you feel about your own personal life. You, Hank, take the most obvious, direct approach. And you, Steve, the urban scene, full of culture and artistic expression. And you, Leslie, I think you like to stay close to home. And you, Dori, your life is full of surprises and unexpected turns. And you, Jane, your life is dull, dry, and very boring. How you get to the island describes your social life. You, Hank, take the most obvious, direct approach. No middle-of-the-road stuff for you. And you, Steve, the swinger. I see you don't spend all your time reading books. And you, Les, I think you want to expend the least possible amount of energy. And Dori, of course, wants to do things herself. And if you decide to walk over on stepping stones, it demonstrates that you have very bad social skills, nobody likes you, and you're basically a social outcast. So there, you see, there are scientifically proven measures to check your personality traits.
No. You haven't proven anything. You can't determine a person's worth based on some little quiz.
Well, the answer's obvious, ain't it? When we find one of these stupid people, we eliminate them. Make them examples. You know, they didn't hang horse thieves to stop them from stealing horses. They hung horse thieves to stop other people from stealing horses.
Actually, what we need is a whole new paradigm.
I think the paradigm we have right now is just fine.
I mean, a new way of looking. We need more research.
We need more discipline.
We need more food and, more boundaries.
We need more understanding.
No. We need just one small voice of sanity. Guys, we cannot screen for stupid people.
It can be done, and it will be done, so help me God. Meeting adjourned.
You want to play?
Sure. More integrated.
I'll show you I'm gonna win.
Connected ways of knowing will ultimately bring us closer to understanding, us closer to the truth.
You always
More things in order to
No, please,
further research. One will set up an experiment and a control group on various lines. We need to reevaluate, rethink, and question our assumptions, even about the value of human life. What worked for the 20th century farmer and factory worker won't work in the information age. But in order to fully explain the research, the scientific experiment
I see food in here. Who took my food? Somebody here took my food. Well, if that ain't the limit. A man can't bring food in his own bag. Oh no, somebody's got to steal it.
Exactly. Simple, categorical explanations feed a destructive belief system and deflect a healthy inquiry about our own complexity.
Yes, what he says. Oh, he's so
And
sexy.
here's the evidence. Cold, hard evidence. Now, somebody here had to do it. It's only us here. Who?
Rigorous, scientifically proved standards of experimental techniques involve some necessary solutions.
I was going to eat that fruit for lunch.
Oh, this is not the line. It's on the line. It's on the line. I'm sitting again.
I can't be saying I was fine. Well, you wouldn't want to break her rib.
It doesn't say anything here about choking potential. Do you think she's really choking?
You have committed a fatal error and the system will shut down.
Dori. Dori! No! She's dead!
Just what we need. More bad publicity. How is this going to look on our insurance reports?
Should we call the police?
I don't know. Ask the legal advisor.
And somebody took my food!
The police are on their way. I called them.
Great! We need all the press we can get.
You seem pretty happy about it.
Happy? I'm exultant. Do you see what we've done here? We're going through a revolution, just as profound as when Copernicus proved that the Earth is not the center of the universe. We are embarking on a new stage of our evolution. Man is not some specially favored species. We belong to the same evolutionary course as the rest of the living things on this planet. Survival of the fittest. Only the smart and the strong will survive!
I can't explain it, but Dori's dead. Dori's dead. Does that not mean anything to anybody?
Jane, my dear, your emotions are commendable, laudable. But they get in the way of intellectual decision-making and acting for the good of all. I mean, what's more important? One individual life? Or the onward march of human evolution? We, this company, may become immortalized in future generations. We've stopped playing and pandering to so many different philosophies. We've taken it to the next level. We finally, after all these generations, we're finally acting on what we know. In an overpopulated world, we've eliminated one person. Okay, it's only one person, but it's a start.
But if people thought like that, we would be eliminating them left and right.
Oh, that's right. And we cannot be eliminating people left and right. Just left, right?
Maybe I am a little cup and a saucer on a path in the desert leading to an island. But I can feel remorse for a friend, a co-worker, a fellow traveler on this path of life who's gone, taken from our midst, stuck dead!
There, little one. It's for the best. It's really for the best.
I mean, let's just look at this rationally. With Dori gone, there's more for the rest of us.
And God knows we need to free up some of that payroll budget.
Maybe you're right. Besides, you're the police.
Okay, you're saying there was a death here? Here's all the forms you need right here. There's a 10-190, a P-55, C-477, and of course the Alpha Victoria 697-A. I have to get this right this time. I missed a form at the last call and nearly lost me my job. Nice kid too. Hate to see him go out like that. Oh, where were we?
Oh, it was an accident. Officer, she choked on popcorn.
An accident, that means we have to do a form W-16 and the T-150. Joke on popcorn, you say? Looks like we have to do some investigating into that popcorn. Where's popcorn?
I ate it.
You ate it. That was evidence.
I can testify that it was delicious.
Are you willing to take an official deposition to that effect?
I certainly am.
Well, okay then.
Our popcorn was not at fault. Since the incident, I've compiled this report about our popcorn. We always use the highest quality popcorn.
What happened immediately before the incident?
Somebody stole my food, officer.
Oh,
That's what happened right before me. You should check into that too.
That means we have to do a form 397 and a form 116.
Actually, we were discussing the elimination of stupid people.
Are you suggesting that this was a homicide?
Throughout the history of humanity, there is a glaring discrepancy between what we know and how we behave. It takes a Superman. Someone who is willing to take the plunge and act, who will really change the world, make it a better place. And is that right? An accident implies company fault, but a homicide can be deflected from the company onto the individual, with possible bonus for publicity. Yes. Though there are risks involved. Yes, I understand. I'll get right onto it. Will do. I am the official spokesperson for the company, and we would like to make it official that it was a homicide.
What is it? Is it an accident or is it a homicide? Because I have to know whether to fill out a Q-874 or a T-150. Great! That is just great. There we go. Did she have any personal enemies?
I didn't like her very much. Skinny little thing.
Homicide? She choked on popcorn. We all saw her. Does anybody have any sympathy or compassion for what has happened?
People die every day, ma'am. I have a job to do. Let's get these forms into the police chief and out on time. Did anyone try to help her?
That's a very good question, sir. That's a very good question. I'm so glad you asked that question. It says right here that overpopulation is one of the greatest problems facing the modern world. Did you know there are over 7 billion people on Earth?
Actually, finances has told us that we need to find ways to cut expenses, and elimination of personnel has been identified as one of those means.
Yes, and here's a copy of the memo regarding that.
That was pretty legitimate. Budget cuts. I know what they are. So you're saying that the elimination of the position is part of the company restructuring, right? Why didn't you offer it?
Well, we didn't want to crack one of her ribs. You could break someone's rib if you administer the Highland maneuver incorrectly. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is, and it's against company policy to administer first aid unless you've been properly trained.
Yeah, that's right. Company policy. It is company policy.
Why didn't you help her?
Well, it's not my job. I'm the CEO. I can't go around making sure people aren't choking on things. I can't get involved in personal situations like that.
If you're the CEO, aren't you that responsible?
Phil?
Well, here is the release of liability that relieves the company of any and all responsibility of wrongdoing, regardless of what happens. Every employee has to sign one before they're hired.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Looks good to me. But it does seem like somebody could have helped her.
How would the police chief react if he knew that you had stood in the way of one of the greatest advances of human evolution? Right!
Right, absolutely right. I'll get these forms in good form too. Buy the book, as I always say.
It was an accident.
But the official statement says it was a homicide. I think I have to go ask you to come with me.
Me?
Well, you're the one insisting it was an accident, while the official statement from the company says it was a homicide. Suspicious, very suspicious.
It was an accident.
It's getting late. Who calls anyway?
I did.
She's not making any sense. Let's arrest her.
Why me?
Because I have to arrest somebody. I have to get these forms into the police chief, and besides that, I'm getting hungry.
I mean, serves her right for calling the police. I'm going to bury her in the garden.
Performed an illegal operation and will shut down. If problem persists, contact your technical support person.
Well, no good deed ever goes unpunished.
Word has encountered file corruption while opening C drive. Part of this document may be recoverable. Attempt recovery now.
See? Even Mac agrees with me.
Thank you, Hank.
You're welcome.
No! No! We're not going to turn this into a morality play. Right and wrong are relative. Who are you to decide what's right and what's wrong? It says right here, the idea of absolutes restricts our ability to see different perspectives and paradigms.
Let me see that book. Oh, yeah.
You just threw the compiled knowledge of mankind out the window!
Well, it never did me any good.
It's the written word that has allowed us to progress, to accumulate knowledge, to pass it on. One generation standing on the shoulders of previous generations!
I am not standing on anybody's shoulders. I can see everything I need to from right here. Now, why didn't we help her?
The program has performed an illegal operation and will shut down.
No, please don't shut it down.
Why not?
Just believe me, Hank. It's for the best. Please don't shut it down.
Why don't you want me to shut it down? It's just a machine. Sorry, Mac.
It's okay.
Well, if you must know, not many people know this, but we're connected. Look.
Oh!
There's this little antenna on the back of my neck that connects me to the computer. If you shut it down, I'll die.
How do you know you'll die?
Well, I don't know that I'll die, which has never been done before, so Hank, please don't do it. I don't want to find out.
No, you won't.
No, Hank, please!
Well, here goes. And you get that food out. All right. Jane is in jail, and we have to get her out.
Well, I'm putting my faith in the American judiciary system.
Poor girl.
If they acquit her, she's innocent. If they convict her, she's guilty.
No, it just means she's been proven guilty.
Yeah, that's it. You see, all that evidence, it doesn't get at the truth.
I hate to say this now after such a liberating experience, but like it or not, we need evidence. There's a big world out there, and we can't take what we know and feel here and expect someone else to understand it. Like it or not, we need evidence.
And we can't go on thinking the same way we've always thought. We can't continue to uphold the status quo. We have to start thinking outside the box.
You're right. I think I'm beginning to see it.
See what?
A new paradigm.
You see a new paradigm? Where?
It's out there. Right in front of the trees. No, wait. It's a little bit to the left. Yeah. There it is. Hank.
You're scaring me.
Well, no wonder we're in the mess we're in. I am the only sane person here. I'm in a company full of fruitcakes. Oh my God. Okay. Now, I would like a good, delicious donut. Does anybody else want a donut? I'm reading this very interesting book. It's called You Are What You Eat. And
Why don't you go and read it in the bathroom?
I think I will. What? Look what I found in the bathroom.
It's a bug. Well, kill it.
No, not that kind of bug. Wait. What percentage of the population did you say had ticks in their stomach?
10%.
And is that significant?
Yes, of course, in any research context, 10% would be considered.
Yes! Of course! They do put cameras in the bathroom. You are what you eat. It is a whole new paradigm.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just really have to go.
for the murder of Miss Dori Maxwell.
No. It is my desire to prove, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that this young woman, Miss Jane Dobson, killed in cold blood her co-worker, Miss Dori Maxwell.
Yes, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm sure it is.
May I call my first witness to the stand, please?
Yes, I believe that's procedure.
Can Mr. Philip Durant please come to the witness stand? Now, just before this unfortunate incident, was the company not in the process of identifying certain individuals who were, shall we say, responsible for some very unfortunate situations in the company?
Yes, I was.
Did you not, in fact, to illustrate the concept of stupidity, utilize a well-accepted personality identification device, which you then gave the board members?
Yes, I did, but it wasn't.
Just answer the question.
In a more generalized context.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
And who was it who demonstrated a subnormal range of intelligence?
Her.
No further questions.
Would you like to cross-examine him?
Yes, Your Honor. Did you say that this was a well-accepted personality screening device?
Yes.
So it's a device for screening personality and not intelligence.
Yes.
No further questions.
You may step down now.
I would like to call Mr. Stephen Stone to the witness stand. Can you describe the scene immediately before the incident?
Yes, well, it was in the staff room. Leslie and Jane were playing a game. Jane was winning.
That's a lie! I was winning!
Hey! No more outbursts like that!
Please continue.
As I said, Leslie and Jane were playing a game. Leslie was eating.
How do you know she was eating?
I don't know. I didn't see her eating anything. Believe me, she was eating. As a matter of fact, I think she was eating Mr. Sweety's food.
That's right, Your Honor. Somebody stole my food.
Pardon me! We are not here to find out who ate Mr. Sweety's food! This is a murder trial! Can I have some quiet, please? Listen here, Mac! You only speak when spoken to in my courtroom. You understand?
Sorry, Judge.
Just don't let it happen again.
Was there anybody else in the room?
Yes, Mr. Durant and I were also in the room.
Oh, so Miss Maxwell was in a room full of people. Interesting. Very interesting.
But then how did Miss Maxwell die?
Actually, she choked on popcorn.
Choked on popcorn. So you're saying this was an accident?
Yes, Your Honor.
But the official report says it was a homicide.
Well, the official report was wrong.
Wrong! Wrong! This is an official report. This is a court of law, not an official report. It's an official report. We can't trust the official report. What else can we trust? It's no. Prosecution rests. I can't go on like this.
Mr. Sweetley, would you like to present your defense?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call Miss Leslie Lovejoy to the stand. To present my first piece of evidence, Miss Lovejoy, if you would read the article, please.
Certainly. You are what you eat. Your entire body is a book. Throughout your digestive tract, there is a record of your thoughts, your actions, and your personal well-being. Everything you say and do, everything you eat, leaves its imprint on your body in some way.
Objection, this is completely off the subject.
Judge, if you'll allow me, I am going somewhere with this.
You had better be.
Thank you, Miss Lovejoy. You may sit down. And I would like to call our client once and for all.
What evidence could you possibly have?
Do you remember when you were a little girl and your mother told you to always wear shoes to the beach?
Oh, well, yes.
And did you always wear shoes to the beach?
No. No. I'm not being prosecuted for that, am I? That was over 20 years ago. I have paid my mother almost all the time. But that one thing, I have tried to be so good. I have tried all my life to be so good. I have tried to be so good. That one little thing. That one little thing. That one little thing. Oh, no. Oh my God.
And why was it that you were to always wear shoes at the beach?
My mother said that tapeworms would bore into my feet.
Exactly! And tapeworms did bore into your feet. Boy, have I got news for you! It's a whole new paradise! Do you know what happened to those tapes?
Here they are! We have your whole life recorded right here. You did not wear shoes to the beach. Tapeworms did bore into your feet, and here are the tapes.
And it is the broad tapeworm. The broadband tape can be tied to a radio receiver to record 28 different pieces of information at once. 64 pieces of information into each inch of tape, 15 inches of tape per second. In that second, 32 different frames recorded. We have over 30 feet of tape here.
Quite easily, we can statistically identify the time of the choking incident. It was, as you can see, an accident, a tragic accident. With this body of evidence, we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Miss Dobson was simply an innocent bystander. But it was only possible through the use of computer-assisted data mining.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Mac!
Your Honor, as you can see, we have had some very interesting findings in preparation for this trial. If you'll allow me.
Be my guest.
We have found that people cannot be classified as either stupid or not stupid. Stupidity comes and goes in each individual, and if we were to eliminate everyone that committed a stupid act, we'd all be annihilated and we'd eliminate human life as we know it. Stupidity actually makes life more interesting. It puts us into situations that require us to take strategies and positions we never knew existed.
And interestingly, stupid acts often serve as springboards for new ways of seeing and thinking. Stupid acts are nothing more than an attempt to see things from a different perspective, respond to a different set of rules, and frankly, they are what lead us onward to new ways of seeing and doing, and ultimately, yes, even new paradigms!